Our viewers are always, you know, they have such affection for Barbara, your screen mum in EastEnders, and I know that you're in regular touch with her and Scott.
Yeah.
So, how is she?
Well, you know, she's got Alzheimer's, so it's gradually just making her worse and worse, I guess. I popped in the other day. I was filming in their muse. Scott's had a pretty hard time of it recently. He ran the marathons, you know, raised a lot of money, but his dad sadly passed, Ronnie Mitchell sadly passed last night. So I was on the phone to him just now. So, and he knows that I was going to mention this, and I know that you're a great friend as well. So
he wanted to say his dad was called Ron Mitchell, wasn't he? And he wanted to say, you know, my dad was my hero.
Yeah, and, I met him, a lovely man. And, you know, obviously we're thinking about his family right now.
Yeah.
On to cheerful notes.
So, well, we love the both of them, and we just wish them all the well. Sorry to
absolutely.
hear Scott's sad news.
Well, you know, life, as you know, has its ups and downs.
It
And
does.
often something good comes out of something bad, and I'm sure things will turn around for them, I hope. You know.
So tell us a bit about the Hatton Garden, the inside story, because obviously there's already been programmes made about this, but you managed to get some real insider footage, didn't you, from the police when you were working on this, and the detectives involved?
There's lots of dramas being made about it. No one's made a documentary that covers the entire investigation with access to the flying squad. Actually, my dad was in the flying squad when I was a kid. And also has a member of the gang talking openly about how once the plan went wrong on the first night they went on, how everything then began to fall apart for them, and how they started arguing amongst themselves, and also the amount of CCTV footage there is of them actually committing the crime, even though they were really clever about hiding their tracks. So, and also the infamous sixth man, Basil, the best alarm specialist in London, it took them a further 3 years to actually nail him.
Oh, yeah, he was the mystery one.
He was a mystery man, best alarm specialist in London. And it's fascinating how they eventually got their man. So you hear the story from both members of the gang and also from the police involved. And if you like a crime caper, this is a real one. And it is, honestly, as you watch it unravel and you listen to the way them talking to each other, how this bitterness suddenly creeps in. And had they got in on the first night, they would have got away with 114 million, they estimate.
Wow. Incredible.
And it's because one thing went wrong, and if you watch it, you find out from that one thing going wrong that led them to do something else, and then something else, and then something else, and it gradually unfolded.
So when you watch dramatisations of things like this, and I know there's a movie out or coming out about
there's a drama at the moment,
You know, when I've watched things before, in the end, you almost go, oh, I kind of feel sorry for them, or I wish they'd have got away with it, you know what I mean? But now that you've seen it firsthand...
I don't think there's anything such...
You know, they always
There's no
glamorise
such thing
it
as a victimless crime, is there?
No.
Because even though a lot of those people will go, well, they had safety deposit boxes, you know, what was in them...
People's lives were ruined. They lost their life savings.
Yeah, some people, their pensions in there. I don't know, you know, some of the stuff that was discarded was interesting. It was like, you know, it was, you know, the people's personal documents, but from the 1920s and 1925 and stuff like that they discarded because they weren't worth anything. So, yeah, you know, these guys were career criminals. They were very clever. But sadly, they made one mistake and they ended up paying for it.
But I know what you mean, Colleen. You know, you watch, like, Ocean's 11 and all that, and it's all glamorised. But that's why it's so great that you're doing a programme like this.
I don't think there's anything glamorous about doing 7 years inside prison.
No, but also, I think, you know, Ocean's 11 was about stealing from a big casino boss who was kind of greedy in himself. But this was about individual sort of safe deposit boxes, wasn't it? With, say, for example, you know, your dead mother's jewellery in or something, and things of sentimental value.
For some, and for other people,
it's a crime like any other.
And also, you know, by the nature of what they are, they're secret. So there was information in those boxes that people paid to keep secret. But it's a fascinating story all round, and it's interesting to hear it from both the
sides.
criminals and the police.
Well, it's on Friday, 24th of May at 9 p.m. on ITV. So that's your work side of things sort of done. Last time we saw you, you weren't sleeping very well, and there was a reason for this. And
Look at me.
And then we heard, you know, things were looking up, and you'd actually, you know, you'd got a full night in. We heard last night wasn't so great.
No.
Explain all.
Oh, it started with the dog. He's got very loose bowels at the moment. I won't go into more detail than that. But
nothing worse.
A hat trick. 3 mornings on the trot. He's sleeping outside tonight. He'd be all right, don't worry about it. He could sleep safely outside. And then the girls just came down with the bug, so both ends were both twins.
How old are they now?
19 months.
19 months, and you got twins, Catherine Wheeling, and a dog.
Well,
No.
I said to my wife as I left to come on the show, I said, well, I think you're going to have a harder day than I am.
Yeah, coming to
Oh,
us
it's
a
such a
break.
cute age, though, 19 months.
Oh, messy, I would suggest. That's when they first came out. And also, you know, we were talking earlier about keeping tags on people. There's like, I'm totally split on that because I meet some very interesting people in my line of work, and there are some awfully wicked people out there. But you bear in mind, the majority of us, quite nice, normal human beings, no matter where we come from or where we live. So I'd be split on that. You know, God knows what the kind of technology we're about by the time my girls are able to go out.
They will.
collaborate.
They'll be tagged. There will be a chip. There'll be a chip. We have to ask you very quickly about EastEnders.
I'm a
got
big
10
fan.
seconds.
I'm a big fan. Why was it? Did you ever think of Phil and Grant Does?
Does what? Does a bank robbery?
Ross, we've run out of time. We will never know. We will never know. Good luck with all the other stuff that
Thank
you're
you
working
very
on.
much.